Hello, my crafty friends. It's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, and today I am making a box card. So I have a piece of cardstock that is 9 by 5, and on the long side I'm scoring this at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, 6 3/8, and 8 1/2. Then I'm going to turn it and score it at 2 3/4. And then I will have another piece that is 3 1/8 by 3 1/8, and you score this at a 1/2 inch on both sides. This is going to create our box and the little panels for the attachments to sit on. And so then this piece of cardstock, I'm just roughly cutting in half and then Z folding, and those will be used later for the inside of our card. And so on the shorter edge, which is going to be the top of your box, is where you want to do your cutting. I had to redo this because I cut the wrong side. So you cut up these little score marks just up until that first horizontal score mark. And then this little tab I'm going to cut off on this left-hand side, excuse me. And then I kind of roughly fold it, but I don't crease anything yet because where the back of my box is where I'm going to put my panel of cardstock, because this one doesn't bend over. So I am just going to adhere some pattern paper to a white piece of cardstock, and this is the section of the box card where you could write your message to your recipient. You could decorate it with sentiments if you wanted, add another piece of white cardstock on so that you can see write what you're writing. But this piece of pattern paper is pretty light, so I think I'm just going to write over it. So I'm just using my Bearly Arts glue to adhere that down. And then I will take some score tape and run it along that small tab that we have left, because that's going to close in our box. I could have used wider tape, but I put one strip down, peeled off the backing, and then overlap another piece, and that worked out just fine. And so I'm taking part in a Team Tiny Hop today, and where our theme was interactive cards. So I thought I would show the box card because I haven't done one in a while. So then I'm going to fold down the flaps and adhere the pattern paper on the 4 flaps that are on the inside. I do it along the back as well, and then all along the bottom of the box. And I will put the measurements for those pieces of paper down below so that I don't have to rattle those off to you. I did end up cutting the top pieces down off screen because they were just slightly too big. I'm not sure if I cut them wrong to begin with or if they just needed to be a little bit smaller. I wanted to have a slight border all around the edges, and I wasn't getting that, so I just trimmed them all down like I think an eighth of an inch. So Team Tiny is a group of small YouTube creators. We come together at least once a month and do hops so that we can help each other grow our channels. We pick a theme each month, and we have some pretty neat themes coming up. We've been trying to do some different ideas because we were starting to recycle through things we have done before with holidays and seasons and things like that. So we've come up with some different ideas, so stay tuned for that. I hope that you'll check out everyone's videos and show them some love. Subscribe to the channels that you enjoy. If you have any questions or comments or projects that you'd like to see, I recently did a viewer request from Joan. She had asked me for a box with a shaker lid, so I had done that. If it's something that you'd like to see done and I have the capability of knowing how to do it, I am more than happy to do that for you. So I'm just going to finish up gluing on these pieces. I finally realized that it's much easier if I just lay the box down flat. And by the way, this will fit into a regular A2 size envelope, which is beautiful. You don't have to have a special envelope to mail this in, because everything kind of squishes flat, and then when the recipient opens it, it kind of pops up and opens up, and they can stand on their desk or surface, open so they can display it. So you can decorate these however you would like. So now I'm just going to take the center pieces, and I'm putting double-sided tape on the opposite sides. And I struggled a little bit. It is a little wonky. You want to try to line it up. I know it's hard to see, but I'm lining up that edge to the top edge of that box so that it's kind of flush with it. And then if you do it just right and have your edge folded over, it will, if you just close the box, it will catch the other tab where it needs to be. It took me a couple of tries to get it correct, as you'll see, but I wanted to leave that in to show you that it doesn't always go smooth, but once you get it positioned just right, it will, and it's quite a fun box. I really do enjoy this card. So I think I'm finally going to get it squished and then just pinch it, rub it, and then you will, when I open it up, that will be exactly where it needs to be. So then I'm going to do the same thing for the second one, just put the adhesive on there, and the second one went easier than the first one, thankfully. And then I was going to leave it here because I wasn't honestly sure how I wanted to decorate this box. And my coworker Taylor insisted she wanted to see a finished product. So here you are, Taylor. I am using this mom die, these little postage stamp dies, and some hearts. And I have already added the acetate to the bottoms of these just with some double-sided adhesive, and I'm going to start adhering these in. My thought was I could use those little postage cutouts and either put pictures of my sister and myself, or the two of us together, one of each of us, or put our names in it if I couldn't get the pictures to go that small, for a card for my mother for Mother's Day. That's coming up. I also have another card idea, so I may give this one to my sister to give to her. I'm not sure. It may sit in the box of the finished card box. I'm not sure yet, but I'm just adhering them on those center panels, and I adjusting them because it is just double-sided adhesive, so it's not on acetate, not as, once you put it down, forget it, you're not going to be able to move it again, because I decide after I added the hearts in that my mom sentiment should actually be in the front, and then I'll put the postage cutouts in the middle and then the hearts in the back. And then once I get it all together and, show it, I realize when I go to hold it up that the postage stamps are kind of blurring the one heart on the right, so I do pull that up and adjust that. But that is going to finish this box. Like I said, you can decorate it any way that you want. So I hope that you enjoyed today's project, and I hope you'll check out Everyone in the Hop. Like I said, it is hashtag driven, so the hashtag is in the description of this video and in the title. So as always, I hope that you have a great day.